Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. That is to say in the ancient Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is. Bahashem, meaning in the name. Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation. And that is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. All right? And I just ran across this article a few days ago and decided to touch up on it, all right? Because the days of cash being king is, coming to an end. The days of cash, your tender notes, the 5, the 10s, the 20s, the 50s, the 100s, even the ones. And if you have it, the twos. Those days of that cash being king is coming to an end. And in this article, it briefly touches up on it. But we all know the reason why they are trying to phase out the cash, okay? Because they're ready to bring in a more efficient system, all right? Now, we're going to read this article, and then we're going to touch up on it. This is El Adelantito. If I can't say it right, you can see it yourself. And the headline reads, "Goodbye. Paying with these dollar bills at Walmart, Dollar Tree, or Target. They won't accept them." Okay? And we know for the most part what demographic of people, primarily shops at these stores, okay? And these are the stores where, hey, you may come in and your dollar bill may have had a rip in it, and you may have no way to get around to, exchanging that dollar as we read in this article at the bank. So what do? You put a piece of tape on it and tape it back together, which, hey, in the past, they took that 5 or 10 or even $1 that had been ripped in half and you can tape it back together. But now these stores are not taking that anymore, okay? If you want to get that dollar reimbursed per se, you're going to have to go into a bank, and that bank is going to have to deem whether or not it's acceptable, okay? What do I mean by acceptable? Whether or not it's real or fake, okay? Because now all of a sudden, hey, these major retailers are not taking, mutilated or defamed dollars, okay? Whether they have some type of writing on it, whether it's tore, whether it's ripped, whether it's put back together with tape, they're not taking it, all right? And we understand the reason why. So it goes on to read, starting October this month, today is October the 18th, 2024. So you may go into the stores and if you don't know, cause a riot because they don't want to take your money, okay? Now, I don't know if they're supposed to put a sign on the store or outside of the store that's telling you that, hey, if your money has tear in it, if it's ripped, if it's defamed or whatever, we're not taking this dollar. We're not taking this 5. We're not taking so on and so forth, okay? But it started this month, all right? So you may be affected by this if you shop at one of these stores that was mentioned earlier. So it says starting October the 24th. It's like it started in October 2024. Several U.S. retailers have decided to stop accepting currency that is severely damaged from now on. Walmart, Target, and Dollar Tree will be a bit fussy about the state of dollar bills you hand over the checkout belt to pay. Okay? So you may want to go to a person as opposed to a checkout machine. And when you hand that cashier that dollar or whatever note you hand it to her or him, and they look at that bill and see that, hey, well, it has a tear in it. Or, well, it looks like it's, as they say, severely damaged, all right? Because it's subjective, all right? It's whatever that cashier is feeling like that day, whether or not they had a good day or a bad day, and they just want to take it out on you and claim that, hey, we can't take this money because why? It's severely damaged, okay? And what are you going to do? You got a cart full of groceries or whatever, and they won't accept your money. Hey, this can could potentially cause some type of, ruckus. All right, especially for those that don't know. All right. So it says Walmart, Target, and Dollar Tree will be a bit fussy about the state of dollar bills you hand over the checkout belt to pay. Cash is king, but it seems it is no longer the preferred payment method for these companies, right? So, hey, they don't say anything about a damaged debit card. If your debit card got a crack in it or what have you. But if you have a damaged or mutilated, currency note, then hey, that's an issue. Okay, that is an issue. All right, and we understand. Hey, eventually, it's going to be something or another that's going to get everyone on board with this, and no one will take cash anymore. All right, so the days of cash being king are coming to an end. All right. So it goes on to read, but it seems is no longer the preferred payment method for these companies. Okay? Why are retailers across the United States, rejecting bills now? According to reports from the U.S. Secret Service, there has been a stark increase in the volume of counterfeit currency. Allegedly. Okay? Allegedly. I wonder why. And this is all on the brink of BRICS on October the 22nd through the 24th announcing a new currency. All right. If everything goes according to plan. All right. We should know because they saying in another article that I have that 65%, if I'm not mistaken, of transactions were traded amongst the BRICS without using the dollar. Okay. And that's major. Okay. Because up until then, the dollar has been pretty much primarily the tool of investing, okay? But these other countries, BRICS, and other countries that's joining them are now using the currency amongst themselves, okay? And they're supposed to reveal that currency October the 22nd through the 24th, which, if I'm not mistaken, is next week. All right? So it says, there has been a stark increase in the volume of counterfeit currency. All right. And that's one way of them explaining to, the public, the mass, that, hey, we don't no longer want to accept your bills because there's been such a uptake in currency. OK, and the dollar and the currency as far as the US dollar is being played out, man. OK, it's only so many times that someone can take that marker and mark on it and see whether or not it's counterfeited or not, man. They just ready to say the heck with it, man. Let's just get the mark of the beast, that RFID, micro CHIP implemented and made mandatory, and let's just get on about with it. Okay? It says the volume of counterfeit currency circulating in the U.S. economy. As a way to deter the use of fake bills, many retailers across the nation have installed a new store policy where they have the right to turn down any damaged bill note. Now, what does a damaged bill have to do with something being being counterfeit? You see, that goes to show you, man. Hey, they are already, those CEOs of these high corporations. They ready for it, man. They got the memo. They know what's going on. Okay, they just sending it down the chain to us, peons. Those of us that shop, okay, in their stores, in their establishments. All right. So it says, as a way to deter the use of fake bills, many retailers across the nations have installed a new store policy where they have the right to turn down any damaged bill note, since it is more difficult to verify its authenticity. Okay, and that's bull crap, man. Okay, that's bull crap, because you can still put that marker up to it. You can still put it up to the light and look and see, what if that part hasn't been tampered with. All right, see, this is all subjectivity. This is all based on that cashier. How they feeling that day, whether or not they want to take it, and they can reject it because it's right within their policy, okay? And the customer may be, upset about that and want to voice their opinions, and that could cause a bunch of, ruckus and, dare I say, riots. And we already know, pursuant to the directive, the DOD directive 50342.1, if I'm not mistaken, that U.S. Army can use military force, and so can the police officers if thus needed. All right. So they get called out on a call. There's a bunch of people causing a riot, and they don't want to get in line. Well, they can use lethal force however they see fit. All right. So it says this kind of bills, which are commonly described as mutilated, are those which are missing corners. Which if your dollar bill is missing a corner, how is that going to determine the authenticity of it? Okay, you still got to put that marker on it. You still got to hold it up to the light. And if it's just missing a tip of a corner, you mean to tell me they're not going to accept that? And this is just, giving the store the carte blanche to, pretty much act as they want. Okay. See, and they right within their rights because now it's been made policy. Okay. And they're not turning you down. They just turning the currency down. And they could tell you, well, go to the bank. And if you don't got a bank, how is you going to get that money, reimbursed? Okay. And they all are on the same accord, man. So you may have to join up and, get a bank account. All right. It's all working together, man. Okay. You don't got a bank account. You've been getting paid under the table. Somebody hand you a bad note, which they deem is severely damaged, and the tip is cut off. Now what are you gonna do? You sitting with a $100 bill with the tip missing off, and nobody want to take it. You're gonna have to go open up a bank account, all right? And eventually, everyone is gonna have to get on board with this new way of system, okay? Everybody's gonna have to get on board one way or another with this digital currency system that is coming, all right? And we're gonna get it, okay? So it says, this kind of bills which are commonly described as mutilated are those which are missing corners or have faded tint due to exposure to elements, being left near a source of heat, going through the washing machine by mistake, being crumpled for too long, etc. So, you better get ahead of it. You got those old dollar bills. You think you've been saving, and you see, a lot of people got a valuable, quote unquote, legal tendency, tendency, but if it's faded or what have you, it ain't gonna be accepted. Okay, it's not going to be accepted. You may have a $2 bill with a blue note that's worth a lot of money, but because it's faded, they gonna mark it as what? Damaged, mutilated, and that $2 bill that was once worth probably, let's say $40 or $50 is now going to be deemed useless, okay? And what are they going to do? Give you another $2 bill and take that $2 bill that prior to October 2024, even though it was a little bit damaged, it was still worth more than a regular $2 bill. But now you got to turn that in and get nothing in return for it, okay? And they're getting ready to, say, the hell with it, man. We want all money turned in, okay? Because all money can eventually be deemed counterfeit in one way, shape, or another. All right? It says, where were we at? Let's start at the top of this paragraph. While these mutilated bills will not be accepted at Walmart, Target, or Dollar Tree, they are still legal currency and can be taken to a bank. You see? To a bank. A lot of people don't have bank accounts, man. Banks are not going to just let you walk in and exchange your money from off the street from some of their money, and you don't have an account with them. You're going to have to sign an account. Sign up a bank account with whatever bank you go to, okay? And eventually they're going to give you that, that debit card. And eventually they're going to probably be stations where they're going to hand over that micro CHIP. Okay, we don't know. All right, we do not know how the transition is going to take place. Whether the banks are going to be given, the chips in your right hand, or what. Okay, because we don't know how the transition is going to take place. All right, but the currency that you have is not going to be worth anything, so you're going to trade it in. Okay, and they're going to say in order for you to keep your currency that you had in your accounts, you're going to have to take this micro CHIP. All right, so it says what? It says they are still legal currency and can be taken to a bank. There, a bank teller will be able to identify it as genuine. You see? So I guess the bank tellers got somewhat or more training than the cashier does in identifying whether or not the legal currency is fake or not. I mean, they're going to use the same marker that the cashiers do at Target, Walmart, and Dollar General. They're going to hold it up to the light and give you the same answer. Okay? It's just they want you coming into that bank. All right? Getting you familiar with, transferring over to this new system where they slowly going to strip away your rights. In order for you to buy and sell, you're going to have to get on board with the program. Right now, is in order for you to buy and sell, your dollars must not have any severe damage to it or mutilated. But in the future to come, which we believe is right around the corner, is going to be no currency is available, no dollars. It's only the micro CHIP will be available in these stores, and we can see it coming. All right, we're reading it in this article. So it says, there a bank teller will be able to identify it as genuine and exchange it for another bill of the same value in a better condition. And what's going to happen when the bank don't have that type of money on hand? Okay, what are they going to give you then? That's another question. You come in there and you may have quite a few $100 bills that somehow got washed overnight and you forgot to take it out of your wallet because, you just say, for instance, you got paid one of these temp agencies and they still writing checks and you took it to a cash checking place and they cash your check for a couple of $1,000s or what have you, and you put it in your jeans and you forgot to take it out and it's all washed and now it's damaged, and now you take it to the bank thinking that, they told me that it wasn't good at the store because they deem it damaged because it's fading, so I brought it here to you, and they telling you, well, we don't have $2,000 on deck. You have to come back the next day and give us time to get that prepared. All right, and you can see how this is all going to be chaos, man. All right, so we're going to see how things play out, man. All right, because as is right now, some banks require you a day or two in advance to give them time or give them a heads up to get time in order for them to get that type of money ready. Whether it's $2,500, whether it's $5,000, they need a day in advance to, get that kind of money ready, because why? They don't have that type of money on hand, okay? So be mindful of that, all right? So it says, the Secret Service may take care of these kind of situations, but we as consumers, the peons, have to be careful and check our change carefully before accepting it. Right. And you think people are going to actually, when the cashier hands you back a 20, a 10, a 5, and a 1, look at the bill and examine it right there on the spot and say, well, hey, this bill has, and the cashier going to say, well, this is all I have. Okay, I have no more 5s or 10s or 1s. So, this is it for the night. And I'm closing in 20 minutes. So if you want to take it, take it. If not, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to take it. You see, this is all subjectivity, man. Which is why they got to just go ahead and bring out and roll out that mark of the beast, man. That micro CHIP. All right? Quit playing. Okay? It says, according to expert, there's more than $70 million currently in circulation, all counterfeit bills just in the United States. This not only a threat to the U.S. currency system, but a financial loss for the unsuspecting average citizen. Yet, we talking about 30 trillion in debt, and they worrying about 70 million fake, allegedly counterfeit currency in circulation, where they can just print more money up, man. The money ain't worth jack anyway. The money ain't worth jack anyways. When you got 30 plus trillion dollars in debt, man, what do you think all that money is? Okay? It's just fake too, man. You just printing more and more money. Okay? That's why the BRICS, they looking to start their own thing up, man. And more countries are going to look to join into the BRICS. And that's what's going to, eventually, help bring down this dollar being king to, pretty much nothing. All right? Because all it is a fiat currency in the beginning. It's just what? A Ponzi scheme. All right? So let's see if there's any more. And then we get a few scriptures. It goes on to read, how can I know if a bill is fake? And you see it, you can read it for yourself, but you get the gist of it, They getting ready to do away with this dollar, man. Cash is king only for so long, There's a new king on the horizon, and we're going to see what BRICS do, all right? So let's get a few precepts and let's go from there. All right, we back in the book of Revelation 13 and 16. We touch up on this, to keep everything fresh. Revelation 13 and 16, and it reads, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So this is the new system that they're getting ready to implement, okay? Whether it's here in America or whether it's, abroad, okay? This system will be implemented. Now, whether or not each country will have their own, currency under the system, that's still, to be determined, okay? Because like they have the euro dollar and the US dollar, they may have the euro chip and the US chip, but it's all going to be under that same beast system, man, okay? It's all going to work copacetic in unison, okay? So it says, and he causes all. Who is the he? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Under his rulership, he's going to create some type of polycrisis or crisis in general that's going to cause the dollar to, implode and no longer be king of cash. And in doing so, a new currency is going to take its place. And we know it's going to be that micro CHIP, because along with that micro CHIP, you're going to be able to do everything, okay? Everything is going to be on that, all right? And that one that's in your forehead, that could very much well be something for if you don't have any arms or what have you, you just get it in your forehead, okay? And it also may be that if, certain status, if you go to certain venues, you may have to show that, okay, I have this micro CHIP in my right hand. I could come into this ballpark or what have you. And then, hey, that new computer, if they crash the internet, if a cyber attack was to occur and they come back online, those with that chip in their forehead may be given certain privileges than those that just have it in their right hand, because that one in your forehead may allow you to work, from a remote location. You may be able to control the AI from your house, your abode, or what have you, and it may all be, in sync with that chip that they put inside your brain. Okay, all right, because there is a if I'm not mistaken, there is a interface, if I'm not mistaken, that's called the tangible interface, where you could actually pick up stuff, okay? You can pick up stuff from a distance, from not even using your hands. Like you can be here and you can pick up stuff from what? From miles away, okay? Matter of fact, let me bring that up. Let me get that video while I'm thinking about it so you can see for yourself. So yeah, this is it. Check it out. I believe it's called Tangible Interface, where you can actually, use your hands to manipulate something from a distance that's far off, okay? And if they put this chip inside your brain, you may be able to work from remote, controlling AI robots from a remote location. All right, now check it out.
Can you pick the ball up with your hand again? Yep.
So, I have the ball. They can have different things. Like I can have the scooping, or I can swipe in order to kind of play with it. What's also nice is if you use the basket and you actually put another ball in there.
Yeah.
Now what you have is like the kind of virtual representation, the real representation.
Oh wow.
And their physics kind of interacting with each other.
That's good.
So it's a little.
That's interesting. Did you figure out the ball thing later by accident?
The one with the physical and real, yeah. that was actually by accident. The ball was still in there.
Congratulations.
What's interesting about it is that you have.
So you see this. You see what this devil want to do, man. Okay, he wants everything to be, controlled, with AI, man. So if you got that chip inside your brain, who knows what you can do? Okay. Who knows what doctors going to be able to perform if they acquiesce and take that chip inside their brain just to keep their jobs, man. All right, because this AI technology really don't need humans, man. That's why they're talking about coming out with UBI, Universal Basic Income. Okay, so your jobs that you have are going to be obsolete because why? Robots are going to take over. All right, I did a video on that. All right, Elon, with his new robot, the Optimus, can talk, can dance, can pour drinks. No job is safe, man. So if you want to keep your job and feel like you're, part of the society, you might have to take that chip in the brain, all right? So you could still have somewhat of some type of what you feel like is independence, okay? But it's not, because you're going to be relying on this system, okay, which is the mark of the beast one way or another. All right, so you lose whichever way you go. So it says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Right. So, it's just speculation that the ones that have it in their forehead may have a little bit more, freedom to do things as those that don't. Okay. Showing you that there may be a different level of status in this society. All right. It says, in that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right. So it's on a small scale right now. They're looking at ways to attack the dollar, whether if it's severely damaged, if it's mutilated, if the corners are missing, if at one point, what happened back in 2020, there was cause of concern that happened in 2020 could transfer onto dollar bills and what have you. And they was looking to, not accept dollar bills. Okay. So however they want to go about getting rid of the dollar and taking away its status as king and removing it and putting it back as, obsolete currency, and allowing the RFID micro CHIP to take lead, however they want to do it. So it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. You're going to have that mark, okay? That charagma, all right? Or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And it's all going to be in sync when you take that mark. You're going to get it all, okay? You're going to worship the beast. You're going to have the name, and you're going to have his mark, all right? So it's coming, whether you see it or not, all right? And you may see it in the upcoming days leading up into it, when you go into these retail stores with this cash and they say, hey, we can't accept it, it's damaged. And you may look to yourself, well, it's just missing a tip of $1. We can't take it, sorry. And if you don't got a bank account, what bank is going to let you walk in off the street and accept and exchange your dollar or whatever you have for theirs? I don't know too many. You're gonna have to start an account with that bank. All right. Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 66. 666, Chi Psi Stigma. And when you go into that word stigma, it's to prick or to cut. All right. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to prick or cut your flesh to insert that RFID micro CHIP. All right. So we giving you the heads up. All right. We're coming close to that time. So this is the time to make sure your houses are in order, which is your temple, your body. Make sure everything you're doing is up to par with what the scripture says. Okay. Because we're going to need, we're going to need aid on high. Okay. We're going to need help from the Most High, Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. We're going to need help. Because this is coming to try the whole world. Revelation 3 and 10. All right. Because thou hast kept my word in patience, I will also keep thee in the hour of temptation, which tried the whole earth. Okay. So it's coming. All right. We're just broadcasting it to let you know. Get ready. All right. Get ready. All right. It's on its way. All right. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and 11 reads what? Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. What seems small today will be great tomorrow, okay? What seems small today, them taking your notes because they deem it damaged or deem it mutilated or deem it possible counterfeit, is going to be great tomorrow. They're going to be telling you, hey, in order for you to buy here and there, you're going to have to get that chip, okay? In order for you to keep your job, you're going to have to get that chip, okay? And that's those that they, deem worthy to have a job, all right? Because most people just going to have to take that UBI, that Universal Basic Income. And you're not going to get that without sticking out your right hand and doing the hokey pokey, all right? So that's going to be it. Not going to take too much of your time. We're going to close out with 1 Peter 5 and 8, which reads, 1 Peter 5 and 8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, okay? So he's putting everything on books, man. He got it in place for when riots come, the army and the police can use lethal force if thus needed, because he knows he's going to be met with resistance, okay? And he ain't playing fair. All right, like I showed you, they did a drill during the George Floyd riots where they came through neighborhoods, and I did a video on it. All right, I believe his name is Waltz, the mayor of Minnesota, and he used non-lethal projectiles. Okay, but this time around they ain't gonna be using that. Okay, you're gonna get the real deal this time around because they understand what's at stake. Okay, they're getting ready to move in with their new world order or agenda, however you want to look at it, all right? And they ain't playing games, man, all right? And if you're not under the hedge or the protection of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, you're going to get it, man, all right? And, hey, you can't play ignorant that you didn't know, okay? There's no more cloak for your excuses, all right? There's no more sin for your cloak. In fact, let's go there. So I don't, mess it up as more as I already have. This is St. John 15:22, red letter speaking, Yahweh Shai. It says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sins. So you have no more excuses, And through the servants, the prophets, we preaching the word, man. All right, we're preaching Yahweh Shai. We're telling you, okay? We're telling you because what? Yahweh Shai was what? Based on prophecy. Let's go there. Revelation 19. It is in verse 10. It says, Revelation 19 and 10, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is what? Worship the Most High. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So we prophesying these things to you so you'll know ahead of time, okay? This is the spirit of Yahweh Shai. It's the what? the spirit of prophecy. All right. That's why we go into these things and tell you. All right. Because we are the servants. We are the servants of the Most High, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And as servants, we have to, warn the people when we see danger coming, so they can get ready. All right. To make sure your houses are in order. Make sure you repent. Make sure you try to keep the law, statute, commandments to the best of your abilities. Have faith in our only begotten, in our Savior, the only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, and we're going to see how things play out. All right. If you are the elect, you're going to get through that time, which is Jacob's trouble. Okay. But we getting the people prepared, man. Okay. Because it's coming, whether you ready or not. All right. It's coming. All right. It's going to get a lot of people and take a lot of people by, surprise because they're not watching. All right. But we know, pursuant to 1 Thessalonians 5, that what? But of the times and the season, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. That's why we watching. Okay. So we don't get caught off guard. Those that aren't watching, Yahweh Shai is going to take them by surprise, man. They're going to be out partying just like they was in the days of Noah. And the next thing you know, hey, here it go. All right. So we warning the people while there's still time. Okay. While the days are still young and they're not evil. Okay. Because they're getting there. The days are slowly getting to that time where, hey, evil is going to be. And hey, it's going to be evil on all sides, man. All right. So back to 1 Peter 5 and 8, we're going to close out. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And if you have no clue on what's going on, that's who we're looking to get. Those that are asleep at the wheel. All right. He's looking to get you. All right. Pop open the door, take you out, and do whatever it is that he got to do with you. Put that chip inside you. And you through. Pursuing to Revelation 14. Verses 9 and 10, but I believe the point is at 10. Okay, you're going to drink of that same cup, that indignation, which is those thermonuclear missiles. All right. So with that being said, I pray some more was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.